In the course of human interaction, we've all encountered situations where we've spoken words impulsively or without fully considering their impact, only to regret them later. Effective communication is often seen as a valuable skill, one that involves articulating thoughts and opinions clearly and confidently. However, part of mastering this skill involves knowing when not to speak. Silence can be a powerful tool in certain situations, offering a chance to avoid unnecessary conflicts, preserve relationships, and demonstrate respect for others. While receiving constructive criticism, receiving criticism or negative feedback can trigger defensive instincts in most people. It is natural to want to explain our actions or defend ourselves when our choices or behavior are questioned. However, reacting defensively often leads to conflict escalation rather than resolution. By choosing to remain silent during such moments, individuals can create space for reflection and understanding. This silence allows them to absorb the feedback without immediately reacting emotionally. Instead of focusing on formulating a defense, they can listen actively and consider the validity of the critique. Waiting until the person finishes speaking before responding demonstrates respect and attentiveness. It shows that you value their perspective and are willing to give it full consideration. This pause also provides an opportunity to process the feedback and formulate a thoughtful response. Taking a moment to digest the criticism before replying is essential. It allows individuals to respond from a place of clarity rather than defensiveness. While being too emotional, during moments of intense emotions such as anger or frustration, our ability to think rationally and filter out thoughts can be compromised. In such states, we are more prone to reacting impulsively, saying things we may later regret. This lack of emotional regulation can lead to irreparable damage to relationships and communication breakdowns. Choosing to remain silent during these emotionally charged moments serves multiple purposes. Firstly, it prevents us from uttering statements that we cannot take back. Once harmful words are spoken, even sincere apologies may fail to fully repair the damage done. Silence acts as a protective barrier, preserving the integrity of our relationships during difficult times. Moreover, staying silent allows us the opportunity to process our emotions internally before expressing them out loud. It provides a space for introspection and self-reflection, enabling us to gain clarity and perspective on the situation. By refraining from immediate verbal responses, we avoid burning bridges or causing deep emotional wounds that may take significant time and effort to heal. When your opinion doesn't matter. As we navigate through life and our professional careers, we inevitably accumulate a wealth of diverse experiences and knowledge that shape our perspectives and viewpoints. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that not everyone we encounter will share those same perspectives or find value in our experiences. In various situations, such as joining an established team or participating in a project with an existing culture, it's essential to understand the context before asserting our opinions or suggestions. Jumping in with our viewpoints without first comprehending the dynamics of the group or the specifics of the project can often lead to misunderstandings or resistance from others. Moreover, offering suggestions or opinions without direct experience or understanding of the situation may undermine our credibility and hinder effective collaboration. While our intentions may be genuine and well-meaning, demonstrating humility and a willingness to listen before speaking can go a long way in gaining respect and credibility among our peers. There are times when we might feel pressure to contribute to discussions simply for the sake of participation. However, recognizing when our input may not be relevant or valuable to the conversation is a mark of wisdom. Instead of speaking for the sake of speaking, it's often more beneficial to remain silent and attentively listen to others' perspectives. When you don't have enough knowledge. In various situations, particularly intellectual discussions or encounters where questions arise about topics we're unfamiliar with, it's often wiser to remain silent rather than speak without adequate knowledge. Speaking up with incomplete or inaccurate information can not only spread misinformation, but also diminish our credibility and make us appear ignorant or uninformed. By choosing to stay silent in such instances, we afford ourselves the opportunity to continue listening and learning before forming an opinion or contributing to the discussion. This approach demonstrates humility and the recognition of our limitations, allowing us to avoid accidentally misleading others or making false statements. Encountering questions for which we don't have the answers or participating in discussions where we haven't gathered all the relevant facts are common scenarios where staying silent is prudent. In these situations, it's essential to resist the temptation to speak impulsively and instead focus on actively listening and absorbing information from others. When respecting confidentiality. When someone confides in you and shares personal information or a secret, it shows a significant level of trust and vulnerability. It's essential to honor that trust by maintaining confidentiality and exercising discretion. There are multiple reasons why respecting privacy is paramount. Ethically and morally, it demonstrates integrity and respect for the autonomy of others. Additionally, there may be legal implications involved, especially when dealing with sensitive topics such as health information, financial matters, legal advice, or proprietary company information. By staying silent and refraining from discussing or disclosing confidential information, you uphold the trust placed in you and protect the privacy of the individual who confided in you. This applies even if you believe that sharing the information could be harmless or beneficial, as it's not your place to make that decision without explicit permission. While sticking to your guns. In various scenarios, from parenting to business management, there are times when making one-sided decisions becomes necessary. These situations often arise when prompt action is required, or when prolonged discussion and debate could hinder progress or undermine authority. When dealing with a defiant child or implementing new company policies, for instance, engaging in open-ended discussions can sometimes lead to confusion, resistance, or a loss of authority. In such cases, it's essential to assert leadership and make decisive choices to maintain order and clarity. After carefully considering the available options, it's crucial to communicate your decision clearly and assertively. Rather than engaging in prolonged debates or over-explaining your point, state your position confidently. This communicates to others that you have considered the options and made a definitive choice, without leaving room for discussion or negotiation.